So today I'm going to share some thoughts on how to approach networking. Hi, my name is Drew Valle. I'm a personal brand videographer. This channel is all about sharing tips using videos, mindset tools, and narrative stories that build trust and connection with audiences and ultimately help you achieve your own goals of building your personal brand. So this week I'm working on my little side project. It's a short documentary, and I had to write some emails to approach other people to see if they want to participate in the documentary by showing up and sharing their own point of view. And that gave me the idea of talking about networking because that's something I need to do a lot for my own personal brand, for my own part-time small business, being a personal brand videographer. So here's how networking has helped me on my own path. For example, last week I had a meeting with a previous client of mine, which we have done some projects before, and she was referring me to her clients. So we had a conversation just to see if I was still doing personal branding videos and such and forth, and to see if I would be a good fit with the clients that she has. Ultimately, that may or may not lead to clients for myself, but that is what networking is all about. Now, how did I get to that point? How did I get to that point where people are calling me and asking me if I want to work with other people? Well, that is a long process that involves networking. And here are my thoughts on how you can approach networking to achieve your own goals, be it on your business, being on your personal brand, being on finding a job, or making more friends. It all ties together, and I'll explain it in one bit. Networking cannot be transactional. You cannot expect some kind of outcome when you start talking to people. That's the wrong way on how to approach networking. Networking is more like choosing your friends. If you have that mind frame or that mindset of like you have the power to choose your own friends. Well, networking is the same. Networking is that you have the power to choose the people you want to build a relationship. And most likely, the way that you have to approach it is exactly how you build friends. You find a group of people who you have similar interests and start reaching out to them to see if you can make a connection and to see if you can become friends with them and to see if may or may not have a collaboration with them down the line. But if not, you'll end up with a friend. So it's a win-win situation anyway. Now, if you approach networking as like, I'm going to get something from someone, then that ultimately is not going to work. That person is going to see through you. So we want to avoid that. And how ultimately you go about engaging with these people? How do you go around reaching out to them? So one thing that I do is that I follow them on social media, their blogs. I follow them on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. I generally follow their work for a period of time, and I see if I have a connection or do I have a kind of resonance with them. I'm just seeing if we're in the same vibe, if we're in the same wavelength. And to ensure that I'm in the same wavelength, I read their work to see if I click. If I'm not clicking with them, then I don't approach them. Now, once you get to build a familiarity with these people, the next step is to invite them in a project. And a way to do this is you have your own platform. You have either a blog, a YouTube channel, a podcast, some type of platform where you can make a project and have fun together. Now, some of you would think that you would need a large platform and build a huge audience. That's not the case. That's completely not true. That person, if you're clicking with them and you say that you're an admirer, or you have a conversation, you guys find that you have a lot in common, that can grow naturally and organically. Such as, for example, my interview with Julia McCoy. She's a CEO that has been featured on Forbes. She's been featured on Entrepreneur.com, and she has a big company. And I met her on a networking meeting, and we connected. And I thought it would be fun to invite her to my YouTube channel, and she said yes. And it was all natural. So you don't need thousands of subscribers to get somebody who's important on your own platform. It could be born generally by a true connection that you form with them. And speaking of subscribers, if you're enjoying what you're watching, if you're getting value, please subscribe. It helps the channel keep going. Ultimately, my documentary that I'm doing right now, my short documentary, I'm also reaching out to people to connect with them, and I expand my networking. Also bear in mind that just like relationships, sometimes you click instantly and sometimes it takes time to build that trust. So you're not going to achieve anything in the short term, you're going to achieve something on the long term, and is that build that trust in that connection. Again, I must repeat that you cannot look this through the lens of, oh, let's see what I can get from that person. It cannot be a transactional relationship. You have to build that trust, and ultimately you have to be a good person. You know, just be cool, just be kind, just be a good human being. And hopefully later something may or may not happen because of it. You know, you cannot be dependent on the outcome in here. Now make sure you have some kind of system that you can use to keep in contact, keep in touch with that person, like every 3 months or every 2 months. And don't write on an email or on the message, hey, what's up? You know, that is a conversation that will serve no purpose, because that person is a busy person, they're occupied. It's better to ask, hey, what are you working on? Why do you use that question? What are you working on, or what projects are you working on? Because that person will tell you some information that say, hey, I'm working on this project right now and I'm trying to do X and Y. And maybe you know somebody who's has a similar project that is also working on X and Y, and maybe you can make an introduction and help them on the journey to complete that project. And that ultimately you'll bring value to everybody, to the two people you help them meet each other, and you'll also look more valuable to them because you brought them together. And that's how you can build a bigger network. You see who you can connect to each other. You connect person A, and you connect person B, and the only way to do that is knowing what projects are they working on currently, or knowing the idiosyncrasies of them, or knowing that they will get along just fine. Now, there's a specific way on how you go by introducing people. You cannot just do it willy-nilly. You cannot just introduce person A and person B if they're not aware of it. Just ask permission first. Approach person A and ask them, hey, I know this person who's working on a similar project like you. Now, I can reach out to them. Would you like me to introduce you to? And then repeat the same with person B and ask the question. And then if they both upset and they both want to get to know each other, then you make the introduction. So introducing two people is a way to grow your network, because in their eyes also you're becoming more valuable. You're becoming that person that helps connecting people together. And those are the tips I have for you on how to approach networking. So if you enjoyed this video, click like, and I want to know, what are you doing to grow your network? I want to know. Comment below and see you on the next video.